What's up, guys? Eli here, back for a kind of a, I guess you could call it an unboxing video, or in this case, kind of an unbagging video. It's just something cool I wanted to show you guys. Also, I was just going to talk about some of the movies I've been watching recently. Got a nice little stack here. And the main attraction is, so I found this at Walmart last night, and I just instantly got so excited and I had to grab this. This is and I've shown products by this company on my channel before. The toy company Neca put out this Universal Monsters random, toy things. But anyways, I just thought I would crack them open on camera and show you guys. Maybe some of you would dig these. Neca makes really cool stuff. I don't know. We'll see if they let me down this time or not. But yeah, let's get started. So all these balls look the same, but they all say Universal Monsters on the front, which is quite cool. So yeah, let's get started. Number one, what do we got? Oh, cool. It looks like a little Frankenstein, like the Boris Karloff Frankenstein keychain, maybe. Pretty sweet, huh? It's got a little clip, so I guess it could be a keychain or something else. Pretty badass. I could find a use for that. This was $10, by the way, so not bad. I think there are 10 eggs, or what are these called, eggs? I think there's 10 of them in there, capsules. I guess they are. All right, number two. We got. All right, I don't wear these things, but this is pretty cool. It's cool for what it is. Frankenstein rubber bracelet. I've never. I don't wear those, but my kid will probably. All right, so we're doing okay so far. Number three. What is this? Oh, cool. Really cool. It's very small, but it's a Universal Wolfman patch. Really small. This is about the size of maybe like 4 postage stamps. It's got some Japanese writing there. Pretty sweet, though. I mean, obviously, you guys know I love patches, as do most of you. I could definitely find a use for that. I'm a sucker for shit like this. Some of you guys are maybe watching thinking like, dude, a waste of money. I don't think so. Number 4, what do we got? Cool. All right. It's just a small Dracula sticker. Cool for what it is, right? Number 5. Oh, all right. Bride of Frankenstein eraser. It's very cool looking. I don't really have a use for it necessarily, but it's cool. It looks cool. Number 6. I think it looks like there are 10. 9. I think there are 9 in here, so 9 for $10. Oh, okay. This is cool. This is really cool. Classic Universal Mummy logo, heavy duty pin. Metal. It's metal, I believe, too. Pretty sweet. I definitely could find a use for that. Number 7, I think. Oh, this is cool. Creature from the Black Lagoon magnet. It's a little smaller than that patch. So it's about the size of maybe like two or 3 postage stamps. You see it? It's quite cool. I mean, all this stuff is like, it's good quality. I mean, as Neca usually does. Put that on the fridge, I guess. Number 8, I think. Whoa, what the fuck? Just came exploding out of here. Oh, okay, cool. These are Dracula Shoelaces. There's 2 of them. It's got the Dracula logo on there. They're kind of nylon-y feeling, but I suppose I could use those. Why not, right? Okay, I think we're at the end here. I think it is number 9. What is it? Oh, cool. All right. Classic Dracula keychain. Pretty sick, right? I dig it. So yeah, there we go. That was fun. I would say overall I don't feel ripped off. I think all of those were pretty cool. So obviously it is the month of October. I don't know if I'd say I've been watching more movies lately than I normally do, because I'm pretty consistent in my movie watching, but I try to watch more movies, in the month of October. So I'm just going to show you guys what I've watched in the last couple weeks. It's not a lot of stuff, but I picked this up recently, and I had a good time watching this. Fortress, Christopher Lambert, directed by Stuart Gordon. Good movie, low budget, not super low. I think I don't know exactly what the budget was, but I think they probably did pretty well with what they had. This is kind of a post-apocalyptic movie about this dude who I don't want to like talk about it for too long, but he basically goes to prison. It's set in the near future where there's a restriction on how many children people can have. So him and his wife are trying for a second time to have a baby, and she gets pregnant, and they try to elude the law, and they end up getting caught, and they actually both get sent to prison. And it was a pretty fun sci-fi movie. I liked it, but better than I expected it to be. This movie I'd always been wanting to see. Most of these I bought fairly recently. Well, most of them. I've been wanting to see this for a long time, and it was a pretty good time. We got Critters. Classic 80s B horror movie, I guess you could call it. When did this come out, by the way? Does it say 96? Man, I would have thought it was older than that. The only date on here I see is 96, but that might be the date that this actual version this copy was made. I think the movie's older than that. There's no way it came out in 96. But anyways, yeah, Critters, very fun movie. There are a couple sequels I've heard. They're really fucking hit and miss. I liked this movie, but I don't know. I didn't love it. I don't know if I liked it enough to pursue any sequels. I don't know. Maybe I'd watch the second one and see how that goes, but we'll see. Got another Stuart Gordon movie, Dagon, based off, like a lot of his stuff, based off an H.P. Lovecraft story. One of my favorites, too. This is the Vestron Video Blu-ray. Pretty good. This came out, when did it? 2001. Probably one of the better H.P. Lovecraft adaptations. Because, there really aren't very many. There's a good handful, but yeah, this is kind of head and shoulders above most. Still not a perfect movie, but pretty good. Pretty brutal. Yeah, an overall enjoyable movie. Here's a classic that kind of one of my favorites from when I was a kid, and I always wanted to own it, and I never did until recently. But I'm glad to finally get it in my collection, and it was fun rewatching it. Classic John Carpenter movie, They Live, with Roddy Piper and David Keith. Classic. I don't think you really call this a horror movie. More sci-fi, maybe some horror elements in there. When did this come out? 88. Okay. 88. So, as you can see, it's got one of those reversible covers because it's a Scream Factory movie. I think most of their shit is, got the flip cover. You can kind of see it in the background. That's the original cover. I opted for this new rendition, this drawing. Really cool. This movie, I've had this for a good handful of years, and I've watched this probably 3 or 4 times. Yeah, easily one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. Beyond the Black Rainbow. So good. Just a great sci-fi movie with some horror elements, of course. This was directed by Panos Cosmatos, who got he got a little bit more recognition for the movie Mandy from a couple years back with Nicolas Cage, and I loved Mandy. But this movie, this is as good as Mandy. It's a completely different movie, but it's so good. Very, very, very fun, like 80s throwback sci-fi. This movie is a visual, just a feast for the eyes. mean, you could literally watch this movie with the sound turned off and you'd still enjoy it. Although I wouldn't recommend that because the soundtrack to this movie is fucking phenomenal. Kind of an 80s throwback synthwave type soundtrack. Very fucking good. Another favorite of mine, I bust this out at least every couple of years. I know a lot of people aren't really big into this movie, but I like it a lot. And every time I watch it, I never seem to lose my fondness for it. So we got Prometheus. Obviously, this is like a prequel to Alien, right? Ridley Scott. I like it. And again, this movie is a visual feast for the eyes, kind of like Beyond the Black Rainbow. It for what it lacks in storyline and everything else, I think it more than makes up with the visuals. It's just such a beautiful looking movie, and if even just for that, I love it. Now this movie, I'd seen this in the theater and I did not like it at the time, but I'd always wanted to rewatch it, so I picked it up pretty cheap a couple weeks ago, and I watched it last night or 2 nights ago or something, and I dislike it about as much as I did the first time. So my opinion did not change at all, and I kind of hoped that it would. I hope maybe that I was a little bit wrong. But yeah, The Ring 2. I love the first one, but this one is just a failure of a movie. It's just nowhere near as good as the original. This one I would have saved, and I might throw this in my next new stuff video, because this is a new movie that I bought a couple days ago, and I haven't shown it in a collection video, but I watched it recently, so I wanted to talk about it. We have Terrifier. A lot of you might know about this movie. This came out only a couple years ago, and it got a lot of buzz. A lot of people were talking about it, talking about how good it was, and I really thought that it would be, I honestly completely thought it would be overrated. I still figured, I'd take a chance and I'd buy it, but my expectations were not high, but they were definitely surpassed. I would say that this movie is definitely worth the hype. Lives up to it. I thought it was great. Very gory, very violent. I mean, there's some extreme violence in this movie. The dude that plays, the main character of this movie, this guy, his name is Art the Clown, and the dude that plays Art the Clown did a fantastic job. I mean, he literally is terrifying. One of the more scary movie villains I've seen in a long time. And this version comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD, and this came out from via Dread Central, but it also has a slipcover. I like the original. I really do like that, but the alternate cover is crazy. I might have to flip it over, because there's the back and there's the front. This is a scene from the movie. So yeah, you can kind of tell what you're getting yourself into right there. Very fucking cool, right? Yeah, loved it. This next movie, I've been wanting to see this for years and years. I bought it a couple years back, and for some reason I just kept forgetting to watch it. So I finally watched it last night, and I fucking loved it. I can see why it's considered such a cult classic, and I did not feel let down whatsoever. I fully enjoyed this Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like I said, you all know this cult classic. Came out, 1988, I think. I have this version the Walmart put out a couple years back, where they did like the kind of Day of the Dead inspired art print covers. It's just kind of on there with a little bit of adhesive. You can pull it off. You pull it off, and whoops, I kind of ripped it. Fuck me. You should probably pull these off earlier on, I think. But anyway, it's got it's got the original cover underneath. Well, that's actually not the original cover. It has that underneath. That's not the original cover. But anyway, very cool. Yeah, absolutely loved this movie. I'm surprised they didn't make any sequels, because I don't know, I think that could have worked. So anyway, just wanted to kind of whip through that. Have you guys seen any of these movies? Have any of you gotten any of these NECA capsule things? I'd never seen him until this year, so glad I found him. But anyways, yeah, my next video, I'm probably going to do another one in a couple days because I actually, yet again, I have a nice a nice stack of movies and CDs that I want to show and talk about. Pretty good score actually, so that'll be fun. But anyways, yeah, talk to me about these movies, talk to me about the Neca shit, and hope you guys had a good weekend and have a good week. Tomorrow's Monday, so. But anyways, Louis says hello. He is right down there, and we will talk soon. Cheers, guys.